Dr. Lakisha Simmons, and I retired at 41 years old. And I can't wait to share with you today my net worth update because it is a shocker. As you know, in March of 2022, the stock market has been quite volatile due to the unrest with the war on the other side of the world from where I am, as well as some other things going on here in the United States. So I'm going to jump right into this episode with my March 2022 portfolio update. So, first of all, I am the author of The Unlikely Achieve Her, and I co authored a book with my son, Divorced 7 Keys to Making It Through Your Parents' Divorce. So, be sure to pick those up the next time you're shopping for books. Now, let's jump into market gains and losses. We have all heard about what is happening with the war, and it is truly a hard thing to watch and to see. And my prayers are with the families who are in the midst of that war and unrest, and my thoughts and prayers are with them. That has caused some uneasiness across the world, and rightfully so. And it has impacted the stock market in the United States. So we are feeling the effects of that. As well, there was an announcement about a stock split with Amazon. So Amazon is planning a 20 to 1 stock split. So Amazon stock has been several $1,000s for quite some time. And so now they're going to split that stock 20 ways so that it is now going to be more affordable. So if you've been wanting to purchase stocks from Amazon, but the price tag was just too high, later this summer you may be able to afford it because the price will be greatly reduced. So that was another piece of market news that was interesting. So now let's talk about the S&P 500 market gains and losses over the past few years, because I think it's important for you to understand to look at it in terms of averages over time. In the short term, the stock market is always volatile. Always. It's always volatile. It's always up and down. However, in the long term, you want to see what is the average. And the average is still around a 10-year return over the last 140 years, according to Goldman Sachs data. So between 2012 and 2021, the stock market has been up and down. Even in 2021, we saw the stock market rise almost 27%, which is insane. That's the S&P 500. The year of COVID 2020, the stock market had gains of 18%. This year, 2022, we are down. We are down several percent. So far, we are looking at a loss of about 3.14% in February of 2022. So that was at the end of February. So we don't know what we're going to look at by the end of March. Fingers crossed. Hopefully the stock market will recover and we can increase our gains. So since the stock market has been down over the past few months, you are going to see that my portfolio has dropped. All right, my portfolio has dropped. So I do want to say that since it has been dropping so significantly, in my opinion, for my portfolio, I decided to open a solo 401k since I do have a business. Obviously, I sell a book, so I have a business, and or multiple books, and so I do have a business. And I opened a solo 401k account. So I just opened this recently, this month in March, and I will start investing again, which I had not invested in the stock market for several months. I believe last month in February, I did reinvest some of my dividends. So as you know, that the stock market does produce dividends, certain stocks, certain bonds, certain equities, and I reinvested those because I had several $1,000s sitting in an account of dividends. So outside of that, I hadn't put any new money in, but I am now going to start putting more money in because I'm starting to accumulate more cash reserves that I may necessarily need at this time, and I can use that money to invest in more stocks. So let's get into my portfolio update. So in January, when I first started my portfolio updates, I had a total portfolio. This is my fire portfolio of $903,000, which is a nice nest egg, right? For someone who is lean fire, which means I don't need a ton of money to live. And I also have some other investments. I have other income as well, so that all helps me to live. I'm not just dependent on the fire portfolio right now. In January 8th, I obviously that's when we started, or excuse me, February 8th, we started to notice that the stock market was really taking a dip there, and my portfolio decreased down to $885,000. And now today, March 11th, my portfolio is down to $832,000. And that is a pretty significant drop, right? That's pretty significant. But what I will say is that you always have a plan. Am I concerned? Am I worried? No, I'm not worried and I'm not concerned. And I believe the reason for that is because I have multiple streams of income. Warren Buffett has multiple streams of income. Most wealthy people have multiple streams of income. The second reason is because I know that I have a plan for this. So when the stocks are down, I don't sell my stocks. If anything, I'm going to add more money into those stocks. I'm not going to sell, I'm going to buy. And I also have a cash buffer. So when a year that maybe stocks are down, let's say stocks don't recover this year, I don't have to sell because I already have other portfolios and I have other cash reserves to use, and I have income. So you don't want to ever just be dependent on just one thing, in my opinion, especially if you're still young enough to work and create income. Go ahead and have those side hustles or those opportunities available to you. Not saying that you have to do them every day, because that's the whole point of reaching financial freedom. But in the case that you need to, you can. So for me, since I do have a book, I do have speaking, I coach women on the side when I am interested in doing that, I can do that. But am I working every day? No. Am I working because I have to? No. But I like the idea of being able to help others and do something with my time that's meaningful, that brings about an impact. That's really important to me. And I'm still capable of doing it, and I still enjoy doing it. The moment that I don't enjoy doing it, I won't do it. And as long as I keep a really good balance of free time where I can paint, I can bike, I can run. I love to run. I can travel. I've been traveling every month almost since I retired, and some months twice a month. So I'm really loving that. And next week I'm going to off for spring break with the boys. So I'm just really enjoying life, and I find ways to also create income while I'm doing it. And I highly recommend that others do the same. All right. So, with that all being said, I want you to think about your financial situation. Even, especially if the stock market is down, this is like a great time to get into it if you want to invest for the long term. And if you've ever been embarrassed about your financial situation, or you're tired of working already and you think that you might have to work forever, this might be your opportunity to really learn about the stock market and go ahead and make that leap into investing. If you are looking for that educational opportunity because you want to see yourself retire in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and you want to have a nice nest egg built where you can say, I have 800, 900, $1 million in a nest egg that I can live off of, pull off of at any time, then maybe you should consider the Wealthy Achiever program. So if that sounds like you, and you're not where you want to be, and you don't know how to get to where you want to be, which is retired with a fully funded nest egg, or early retired where you can live your life, travel, enjoy each day, then I really want you to consider the Wealthy Achiever program. So here's just one of the testimonials from many, many, many women who have gone through this program. Some go through the program through the self-paced option and just work it on their own over time. And some choose to get into the group coaching program where they work directly with me and a small group of other women for 4 weeks. So Bola says that this is a super amazing resource and the group is very engaging. This program was helpful to me in staying focused on fire, getting out of debt, and figuring out what my needs are so I don't indulge in buying things I don't need. I cut $400 from my monthly expenses and I'm planning for independence within the next 10 years. I tripled my savings and investing rate from 4.5% to 15%. That's just in 30 days. I got so much out of this program. The transparency and brutal honesty of Dr. Keisha, her lessons, plans are full of detail, her brilliant strategies to achieve fire, her ability to teach so well, and to provide resources for each person in the class. You will enjoy this program. You will love it. It will take you from beginner to early retired. So what are you waiting for? Go to theachieveher.com, learn more, and get started. Let's do it together. I hope you enjoyed this portfolio update, and I'll see you at our next live class, which is coming up at the end of the month. See you soon.